What's up, people? A very good day from me to you. It's another motivational time out with Lady J, and today I'll be talking about having a plan B for your retirement. I'm really concerned with how you retire, so I need to talk about having a plan B. What does it actually mean to have a plan B? Having a plan B is actually an alternative option to whatever you are doing today. Making an alternative, like making hay while the sun is shining. That's what plan B is all about. Let me give you a very brief story. I once had this friend of mine. The friend has worked in a firm for like 12 years, but I discovered this friend has never gone on leave for that 12 years, and I know that the firm gives you the 30 days annual leave yearly. So I picked interest in this friend of mine, and I had to ask the friend, why is it you've never gone on leave since I'd known you? And the person said to me, I get bored, I get depressed, so it's better I come to work every day. I do not need that leave. And I was like, what are your plans for retirement? He told me, when I'm through serving, I'll retire, I'll take my gratuity, and I'll buy a house, and I think I'll be comfortable. My children must have gone to school then. I felt bad because this person in question does not have a plan B, which is very, very bad. You don't need to retire from your active service or whatever you're doing today to actually have a plan B. Some people feel it's in our tradition because we have a communal, we live a communal lifestyle. So some feel actually by giving birth to a child, sending the child to school is a child's responsibility to take care of you when you've retired from your active service. I'm not saying it's bad, but you should make an alternative arrangement for your retirement. While you are in active service, it's time for you to get an accommodation. That is the first thing. Make provision for accommodation. I don't know how you intend to do it. If you can go on loan, if it means saving a little part of your income, have an apartment is a necessity. Send your children to school while you're in active service, not because they should take care of you while you are retired, but because they need to have a life of their own. Make them strong for the challenges ahead. Then, if it's possible, which I know is actually possible, you actually need to start something. You can start a business, you can learn a craft, whatever you can do to sustain yourself at retirement is a necessity. Start a hobby and get used to that hobby. That hobby should be a work or an art, a craft, something you have passion for aside your job. That is what will keep you busy and not depressed when you leave the active service. Then reduce your number of dependents. As you're getting of age or getting close to your retirement, it's time to reduce the number of people relying on you for one help or the other. Some people get retired and after collecting their gratuity, they go to marry. For some men, they go to get a new bride. That is like digging your grave so early. You just want to join your ancestors. But the best thing to do is that you cut down on people you help. That's why you need to train your children when you're still in active service, so that when you leave, when you retire, they will be on their own. They can actually take care of their needs. And another thing, don't retire to town. Some people, when they retire, they feel it's time to stay in the city and enjoy your life. City life is never cheap. Believe you me, rural urban setting is always the best when you retire. If you can retire back to the village, it's a wonderful thing. Or possibly if you're still in the city, if you have 10-room apartments, when you're going on retirement, it's just you and your spouse. All you need to do is to get a bedroom flat, a 1-bedroom flat, or a 2-bedroom flat at worst, so that it will be just you and your husband or you and your wife. It makes life easy for you. Then your children will only come visiting. That hobby you learn in the process of your active service will be what will actually sustain you when you come of age. Another very important thing is that you shouldn't invest heavily for your retirement. Don't invest heavily for your retirement. Before you retire, start living a simple lifestyle, because that is the only thing that will keep you alive when you've retired from active service. You must put the above into consideration before you retire. Why must you do all these things before you retire? It's necessary that you do these things to avoid depression, stroke, lack of finance, and a miserable retirement or a miserable stay after your active service. These things I'm talking about today is that I'm concerned with what is happening around us. I've come to realize that many of us don't plan for the future, but the future will definitely come. Some will tell you, I live by the day. Please, if you're in active service today, I will advise you, do not live by the day. Start making an alternative plan B. What life should be or would be like after serving, after working. What are you retiring to? You should retire to peace. You should retire to comfort. That is the best way to avoid depression. Before I love and leave you this afternoon, I will still advise you to make a plan B today. My name remains Lady J, and until I come your way again on the program Motivational Timeout, always know that I love